Good afternoon. My name is Mike Amsbaugh. I'm the Executive Director of the Crawford County Veterans Service Office in Bucyrus, Ohio. And today, we're here at Oakwood Cemetery in Bucyrus, and I wanted to talk to you about one of the VA's death benefits that is very, very underutilized. It's the ability for a veteran to be buried at a national cemetery. So if you're an honorably discharged veteran, there's some other criteria, but that's the most important one, honorable discharge. You can be buried at a national cemetery. Now, the benefit to that is once you reach the gate, or once the veteran reaches the gate of a national cemetery, there are no more expenses for the family. So there's no purchase of a marker, there's no opening and closing of a grave, there's no perpetual care. If the marker needs to be replaced, that's handled. Flags, Memorial Day and Veterans Day, flag holders, wreaths at Christmas, all of that is handled. It's one of those things that people don't realize that they have the ability to do. They don't just do in-ground casketed remains either. If the veteran is cremated, the most, if not all, by this point, VA national cemeteries have a columbarium, so cremated remains can be placed there or they could be buried in ground. The honor guard, the color guard, all of the military honors are handled at the cemetery, and those are all handled by the cemetery. So the National Cemetery Administration schedules a time and a day for the veteran to arrive, for the services to take place, and then for the burial to occur. In addition to that, Navy veterans have an option too. If a veteran served in the Navy still offers burial at sea. Now, it used to be just cremated remains. What would happen is the veteran would be cremated, the cremains would be shipped to the Navy. There was an embarkation center on the East Coast and one on the West Coast. The cremains would be shipped there. They would be placed aboard an outbound Navy warship just past the mileage limit, how many miles offshore. They would stop, the ceremony would be performed, and the veterans' remains would be buried at sea. Now, the Navy also does casketed remains. So it's a little bit more expensive as far as the shipping, and that's where the funeral home is going to come in. It's a little more expensive. There's a few more restrictions on how it has to be done, but it's handled pretty much the same way. So Navy veterans do have that option. If you have questions about how do I get a marker, what kinds of markers are there, where can I be buried, what's our closest national cemetery, how do I contact them, or if you're interested in filing a pre-need request with the National Cemetery so that they're aware that you will be buried there at some point in the future, please get a hold of our office. We're located in downtown Bucyrus in the courthouse. Our address is 112 East Mansfield Street, Suite 95. You can reach us by phone Monday through Friday at 419-562-7761. Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon.